My team needs it more.
This is the
What's
start
up,
of the comeback,
chat?
I think.
Welcome back
Crossed, right?
to the stream. Players are here wishing each other good luck and many points scored. We are live. Oh,
Getting enough lag that I might just clock out.
bit of lag.
That's
Yeah.
a real win con.
Yeah, I don't think
We'll
that's you.
try to
I'm
help
getting
you
it on my
out
end
where I
too.
can. Yeah.
Just Australia things. Those pathfinders will go there.
Sounds good.
We're deep striking hawks and skyroos and the
I'm getting a little bit of chop over here on my end, chat. I am host for this match, so if that translates over, I may have to pause the timer momentarily. Oh, no, there it goes. All right, well, that's better. It just takes a second to work its way over. Takes a little moment there, chat. Anyway, welcome in to the stream, everybody.
Rangers here.
We are continuing to watch the T5S2 spring-loaded team event finals.
Right.
We watched a pretty contentious game.
Okay.
Not that the players had contention, but it was a close thing between Astra Militarum and Chaos Space Marines early. Astra Militarum came in expecting a 20-0. They got it, but dudes almost held them to a 15, which would have been kind of a big upset, I imagine, in both players' matrices. Unfortunately, didn't quite get the execution to do that. But it certainly made Nemo the fish work for it. Now we are back with Ashley Thompson over here on the red side, playing Tau Empire for Prestige U Worldwide, versus Nightlier, a.k.a. Lumane, playing Aeldari for Team 5F. That's 4 foot floor flip flops, I think, is if I remember correctly, all the Fs. We also had Defiler, plus the Defiler versus Defiler was fucking wild. Yeah, that game was insane. I'm interested in this one, though, chat, because of this Corsair Coterie list, which is 5'4". Excuse me. You know what? Fair enough. I fail as a commentator. I've given you incorrect. I've given you incorrect information, and I must retire now, and I will diminish and go into the west because I clearly have messed up. Yeah, I have to commit honorable Soduku. I think it's the first one on the third row is a 5.
Same spot.
Anyway, chat, I love Corsair Coterie. I think this detachment rules, and I'm very excited to see it played. We'll also see. I'm sort of I'm torn here. I do love the comeback story of Prestige U Worldwide coming back in with a big W. After a couple of tough games in the last couple of games that have been played out. But I also do really like this Corsair list, so we'll see how things go. Let's drop a prediction in the chat for those who are interested in a little bit of gambling. There we go. And Empire. There we go. We'll set that for 10 minutes, chat, for those who are interested. I think somebody got paid big time for the Recon Element win. Somebody dropped a bunch of money on dudes to win that game, and it did not go well. There is indeed the Storm Surge chat. Yeah, so the Storm Surge is really interesting in team formats specifically. Those being that, the reason being that you can choose your terrain if you are the defending player. So oftentimes they'll put these Tau players as defense. And here's what a Storm Surge does that very little else in the Tau Codex does besides the Taunar chat. It has towering. Which is kind of fun. You should spell it like T-A-U, worrying, instead of just for this guy's sake. That gives it the ability to play around a lot of more closed terrain features than you would typically see a standard build like a Riptide play, for example. So if you do get a relatively condensed terrain set where there is lots of line of sight blockers that you would have to maneuver around if you were trying to get normal Tau units to work, things like Riptides, things like Crisis Battlesuits, things like Hammerhead gunships and Sky Rays and all these, these tanks as well. The Storm Surge can just tow into that terrain feature and shoot through it. So sometimes you see very aggressive Storm Surge lists. We watched this at Battle for Salvation. a lot of Tau lists ended up playing between 1 and 3 Storm Surges explicitly for the fact that not only did it make it more difficult for the opponent to play around where how they could play against their Tau player, like you couldn't just take a layout 8 or a layout 1 and call it a day because it becomes difficult to shoot through the central terrain features in those boards. But also the Tau player, if they got control over the terrain, could place their units in an incredibly aggressive position. We are seeing Ashley Thompson over here make use of that. We have the Storm Surge on the line right now with the ability on, especially with turn one advance or early game, I guess, advance and shoot from the Montcad detachment ability. It is in a position to run up to the central terrain features here and either tow, as they're pre-measuring right now, tow to this terrain feature and shoot directly into it, or run down the side and shoot around it in this direction as well. So very little is going to be protected from that Storm Surge, and that's why we're playing these big, huge, stompy boys in this particular build. So honestly, pretty neat, chat. Now, the Corsair Coterie list is also a very interesting dynamic for team events as well. Yeah. The reason for that is that it has one of the most insane detachment abilities of all time. It gives all of its Enrathi units, that means the Corsairs themselves, the Sky Reavers and the Void Scarred and the other guys whose name I forget, the Void Reavers, I guess. It gives all of them an objective secured, but instead of checking at the normal time, you would expect objective secured to check. It checks at the end of each phase. So normally, objective secured checks at the end of your command phase. So if you hold an objective until you score it naturally, then you hold it under your control for the rest of time. However, this detachment lets you do it anytime, which means you could, for example, just run a Sky Reaver unit up, for example. They can scout 7 inches, I believe, or 7 inches, and then run to an objective. Your opponent shoots them off the objective without touching that objective, and you still hold it because they held it at the end of their own movement phase. So there's lots and lots of chicanery you can do with this. It has lots of scoring potential. In addition to that, anytime you hold an objective, your opponent takes D3 mortal wounds if they move onto it. So, or on a 2+ they do. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you don't take the objectives back, the Enrathi units are just going to obsec them. Easy peasy, or they're just going to maintain obsec on them. If you do move on to it, you take damage. And you take damage until its control recalculates. So it typically, every single move that ends on that objective in a phase has the chance of inflicting damage, which can mean each objective triggers multiple times. And that effect is irrespective of whether or not any units within range of the objective are Enrathi keyworded. So, if you are tagging an objective with, I don't know, a Shining Spear or something, and your opponent comes to take that objective away, they're still taking mortal wounds. So this detachment has this incredible keep away potential. It's able to obsec objectives. It's able to score very efficiently. It's able to punish your opponent for pushing onto those objectives. And in a team format where the differential score is the final decider between the two teams, this allows you to play this really, really scoring-focused army that's able to equalize score in a lot of matchups. And I was talking to Lou Main earlier. He said he did play this matchup against Tau at one point in the past. He was like sort of shaking the rust off. He did get blown out by it. But in all of his subsequent games, he's been able to hold Tau players to 10 points. And he's also been able to do that for a lot of other very strong meta factions, simply because this army is so active on the board. It is so active on primary objective control. And we have a lot of objectives on this particular mission. We're playing Hidden Supplies today, so there's an additional objective spawned in the center of the battlefield. So we have lots of these little areas that the Corsairs can obsec and then run away and force mortal wounds onto the opponent's army, so they can slowly attrition them down. Now, we're also in this list bringing a bunch of other mortal wound applicators. That includes things like the Swooping Hawks, which are going to be able to do mortal wounds after they move. So the army can potentially just deal a ton of damage naturally. We have grenades on a Starfang even. We have devastating wounds on Maugan Raw. So we have lots of potential to just deal passive mortal wounds to people over the course without even having to sort of engage with them or trade units with them. which is fascinating. So I'm a big fan of this list. I love like off meta weird lists, and I think this is a very good example of one. So I think this is gonna be a spicy game, chat. I think it's gonna be cool. It is the exact type of movement is normal, advance, or fall back or charge. Yeah, so you could potentially take it multiple times. Oh, across the entire phase, a unit could take it, or an army could take it multiple times. If a unit could take it multiple times, although it's relatively unlikely because at some point they might de-obsec the objective. So it depends on if you have a million OC and you're trying to move on to the objective and then charge, you would take 2 instances potentially. Or if you're charging between objectives that have them, you could take multiple instances of the effect as well. So in all technicality, yes, each a unit has the potential to take it multiple times in a turn. Indeed. Nurgle Match in chat, what's up, dude? How's it going? Are we recording? I mean, I guess technically, I'm not recording according to my my streaming software, but technically this is a kind of recording, I guess. It does get saved. It's the distraction Carnifex Nurgle Man.
Yep.
So true.
Well,
now there's some other
yeah.
very powerful effects inside this detachment for Corsairs. Obviously, this is the first time we've been watching this one on stream, so definitely want to go through things as much as we can. There is a fallback and charge unit that also deals mortal wounds to people if you fall back from them, if you're Unrathi. So the army's very good at being able to disengage from melee, but it's another source of mortal wounds. So you have Swooping Hawks, you have the natural mortal wound, the detachment ability mortal wound generation, you have grenade stratagem, and you have that lethal ruse is what it's called. We do have a fire and fade. After you destroy an enemy unit in the shooting phase, you can move up to D6 plus 1 inches. There's a couple of interesting things to do in that. It doesn't prevent you from charging, so what we could potentially do is leave a unit low and then use Prince Uriel's and his unit's pretty impressive ranged output to clear a unit and then move forward to get an easy charge to get his lance attacks into melee, which is cool. Or you can run away with it. That's also good.
Will be my final.
There is another one. Outcast Ambush allows Shroud Runners to get Ignore Cover, Rapid Fire 1, and +1 AP. That improves their total attack volume if they are within 18 inches of their target by 2 per model. So they go up to 9 attacks apiece. And then AP1 Ignore Cover punches through a lot of defenses. They have just 1 million attacks on their scatter rifles. And if we're able to... I think if we're able to apply something like the +1 to wound from Eldrad, which I imagine is why he's in the list over there, you can go kind of crazy. You can buff that AP even farther with a Warwalker. Looks like we are rolling to go first, and it is going to be Eldari taking the first turn.
Heart was pumping. Good luck. Have fun.
Yeah, I think Ashley did deploy on the line, so there was a chance when with that pre-measurement of the Storm Surge up there. She did win the deployment roll-off, so she got to put Pathfinders up in the center to prevent any movement blocks that would prevent that Storm Surge movement. There was a potential, certainly, that Ashley could have just leapt directly forward and started to shoot into the Eldar deployment zone at the top of the first turn. So Eldar were really incentivized to let's try to roll that turn 1 roll-off, please. Obviously... this also lets them push forward and obsec the objectives with their Corsair units, which is certainly helpful. So they're going to start to be able to deal those mortal wounds to the Tau army. The downside, of course, is that Ashley does get the benefit of bottom round 5 scoring. So I'm sure she's a little bit happy about that. Also, the fact that Montcaw tends to... It can Alpha Strike incredibly well, but it does tend to get a very small passive benefit from going second, which is that it gets what is effectively an additional turn of like either forcing its opponent to disengage from it or of basically full activation of Montcaw. If your opponent pushes forward their units, they have to decide if they're taking the first turn, whether or not they push forward aggressively in order to try to take table space. If they do so, the Montcalm player simply gets to full activate an additional round with their Montcalm bonuses. If the player going first decides to remain cagey and not give... What the fuck is this? Oh, that's battle focus. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, chat. If you decide to play cagey as the Aeldari player or as the player going first, you lose a lot of your first turn advantage, which is your ability to sort of take that table space. So, Montcalm players, I think, oftentimes do have they going first is fine in many cases for the detachment, but going second is also okay because their detachment ability will actually go a little bit farther than it would normally. Speaking personally, a lot of the lists I make, I want to go second into Montcalm, which feels weird because it's the Alpha Strike detachment, but it is what it is.
We just back up this way.
First game with the Filer went amazing.
And that is all the
Top of one killed.
Right here.
As Death Guard killed a Ballistus Dreadnought. Hot damn. At long range, chats. Oh boy.
From Eldred.
Yeah, the World Eaters one definitely not quite as exciting for sure.
Gross. Establish.
It also doesn't really have like a very strong ability, which is not ideal.
Okay.
Bring it down top of one in addition to Established Locus. Established Locus is a nice freebie. We could even push it into the deployment zone to get the full Established Locus with this Corsair Skyreaver unit if we wanted to. There's a potential as well that Lumain pushes up to obsec this objective in order to give him, although that might be possible, I'm not sure, in order to give him objective secure over an additional objective. Because remember, we don't have to obsec in the command phase. We obsec at any time, which means that we start to basically deal that additional passive damage. We'll see what these guys end up wanting to do.
Not quite.
I'm going to try to charge a Piranha with the Battle Focus token for extra 2 movement. That would be pretty wild. Emperor's Children Defiler goes hard? Yeah, for sure. I do like the Emperor's Children one quite a bit.
Sure I'm gonna end up
I think the Chaos Space Marine one certainly has the best, the most like comprehensive,
to sticky this.
what's the word? Synergy
Yeah.
with the rest of its army. Kind of goes crazy. There's also no indication, chat, that this is a little interesting, that the detachment ability is restrictive to individual objective marker, or is not stackable. So it does look like as well that you can, if, for example, this Pathfinder team ran up to engage to touch like all 3 of these objectives, they would end up taking 3 D3 mortals and probably losing half the unit. That's wild. I would have assumed that would say each time it ends within range of 1 or more objectives, but it just says unobjective marker. Oh boy, that's wild. Did find Lord of Virulence. Made the Defiler so crazy efficient into pretty much everything. Yeah, I do think the Death Guard one, we watched over ATC. Lots of players, I mean, Mike Busini was playing multiple Defiler Death Guard. There was actually, we watched Kyle Treya on stream, and he was playing non-Death Guard, non-Defiler Death Guard. But watching the Death Guard version play was pretty wild. the Defiler version, play was pretty wild. That thing looked phenomenal. Just the insane amount of damage. Plus, it's like a similar defensive profile to Mortarion. So you get this like interesting stat check in the center where you just put 2 Defilers there. When your opponent comes to attack them, you rapid ingress Mortarion in the middle. Yeah, it just it seemed great. To be honest, it seemed very good. Yeah, also the fact that you were running, or a lot of people are running battle cannons on them, despite the fact that they have the access to a strength 12 sort of main gun. The battle cannon being able, like, getting lethal hits, so it offsets the low strength, plus it has a higher attack volume, and you can get access to ignore cover and bonus AP. It goes really hard. That thing goes wild. Yeah, battle cannons in the on specifically the Death Guard one. not
Just
the Chaos Space Marine
imagine
one.
that- yeah, Imagine if you didn't have fly. This would be so cool.
Friendly, huh? Who would have fly on all their vehicles and stuff? That's so unfair, though.
Exactly. Dude. Who would design the game that way? That's what's unfair.
Who would design the game that
Um,
way, chat? Remember when fly was like the only keyword that existed? If a unit didn't have fly, you just didn't take it. I remember.
Yeah.
I think the game's in a better spot nowadays. Fly was so broken.
Come over here.
Every time I see a comment where somebody's like, "We should get back to like the 9th edition fly rules,"
Advance.
I'm always like, "Did you actually play 9th edition?"
Another thing now.
Because it was literally, it just invalidated every non-fly unit in the entire game. It was so bad. If you weren't unshootable, hyper efficient, or you flew, you like wouldn't get played. Old fly comes back at -2 movement. I have heard that one. That would be pretty wild. We'll see. The sustained lethal devastating Reaper cannons. Oh yeah, for sure. That one's good. Yeah, the Reaper autocannons do seem great. Although I was watching other people play Reaper autocannons
That is annoying.
in place of quad las in other
That's what had
factions.
to be him shooting.
And it surprised me because they seemed kind of mediocre.
I'll just trust you not to roll a bunch of fire.
Like the
Yeah.
I guess I understand it for Pact-Bound Zealots, because Pact-Bound Zealots is like fishing for full rerolls and lethal hits, but I don't think I understood it for any of the other
Overwatch.
like any of the other builds that were taking Reaper autocannons kind of blew my mind.
What is this?
So like Death Guard, you know, getting rerolls and bonus AP, it makes sense. I guess like maybe you could make the same argument for what's the word? For Thousand Suns, but they don't have lethal hits, so it feels way worse. I don't know. Just having high consistency las cannons just feels so good.
Is this guy?
Oh, the Thousand Sun one is better. Yeah, the stats are better. I remember that. But I think I saw people playing them in like Renegade Raiders, which is like bonus AP, but it's situational. And what was the other? Oh, Emperor's Children. Playing them in Emperor's Children without las cannons like feels like just asking to not do any damage. I don't know. Emperor's Children, Winged Demon Princess flying over walls. Yeah. Yeah, I would be surprised if we went back to old fly rules. That would feel to me like it would be a case where you would see a lot fewer non-fly units. But also they're trying really hard to make the like walls more permeable, so maybe the actual impact on the board wouldn't be that big. If like there's a lot of cases where your units would already be able to move through the terrain, and it's just like paying 2 inches of movement could be like make you marginally more effective in some cases. I don't know.
Move up into here.
On par with las cannons into T10, worse everywhere else. That makes sense. For the Reaper autocannons. So we do have a Star Scythe battlesuit team rocking flamers. So had to burn for no Overwatch here, I imagine. No attachment on them, so they're a little slow. You could auto 6 advance them to go 16 to get around this wall potentially and try to get a hit into the Swooping Hawks. No, the Swooping Hawks are gone. Just kidding. The Rangers can reactive move, and this objective you can take without having to worry about. Oh no, excuse me. This objective, if you do take, you're still going to take the damage.
Screen, whatever.
I have to internalize that the detachment ability for Corsair Coterie works regardless of whether or not you're a Corsair, which is actually pretty wild. Excruciator cannons with the -1 save. Yeah, the Excruciator cannons feel so good for Death Guard.
Enough.
Like equivalent of like AP3
Before you finish with movement,
with
I think
lethals.
your Skyrunners might have nudged to the side a bit because I can currently just see them with a Storm Surge. You might want to fix that up.
Oh,
You can go
gotcha.
there. You just want to move this guy back out of the way, basically.
Oh, that's a nice shout out for Ashley.
Them. Thank you.
Yeah, there definitely is a
phase.
position where the Storm Surge could have just vaporized that whole unit. That would have been
We'll
really
start
bad.
with the Rangers. Into the Piranha.
Yep.
We'll pay a CP because it's funny.
Sure.
3s, rough.
We did have the
5s, probably not. Nope. 2 6-ups. 4 damage.
What's the name of the stratagem? We just talked about it. Outcast ambush for an extra shot into the piranhas.
We'll
Interesting.
do Dark Reaper Exarch into the Crew Hounds, or Crew Carnivores.
Now the Dark Reapers
Actually,
here, we have
first
to
we'll
keep
shoot
in
the
mind,
Spotted
do have
Piranha, we'll see what
Malgan Ra,
happens.
so they are going to explode their
We'll have
attack
to
out of
and
the
one,
off the
2, 4,
Tempest
5.
launcher,
5 shots.
which is why he's in the list. We're dealing a lot of passive ambient damage.
Because you're on an objective, and 4s, or 3s.
I'm not on objective.
I'll just take 2 of those out because I rerolled 2 hits. 1.
Sure. Guy in cover. Takes it.
You're still touching this one, my bad. And then 1 blaster. Doesn't hit.
Oh, this is we moved over here.
Yeah, we'll just shoot the Crew Carnivores. 2d6 plus 2.
Yep.
10. 4s. 3s. 3
Yep.
saves.
Take 2. And
And
so
it'll be Crew,
3.
Pink, this Riptide, and the Storm Surge.
Yep.
So for the Crew, no. For the Storm Surge, no. For the Riptide, no. For the Stealth Suit, no.
What is that dice roll? You just rolled like 4 ones.
That is honestly a classic.
Let's go. Jesus, get those rolls out early. We're working out the algorithm a little bit,
Sure,
so
we'll
we
pay
can
CP for grenades here. For
so we can
get
some work done.
establishing.
Another command point burn for grenades. Not really doing much defensively here, I guess.
1 for the Rangers. 1 mortal. Deserved.
Deals 1 damage to a Pathfinder. Incredible. Jesus. So the birds are there because Lou Main drew established locust turn 1. So he was able to scout forward, obsec this objective, move forward, obsec this objective, and establish locust. It's actually a phenomenal position for them. Yeah, they're about to generate so much value here.
Secure and tempting. Tempt me.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
This guy, I guess.
I can't reach my objective because it's underneath a ruin, but it is sticky by the Crute. So just
Yeah, same. Mine is also sticky.
Cool. And sorry, which one did you pick? Did you point out?
This one.
Sure, makes sense. Alrighty. So I will roll a battle shock on my Piranha, who is shook. Fair enough. That was scary. And I will start moving. So let's advance the red Pathfinders. You don't have any Overwatch except for the Warp Spiders, basically, right?
Yeah, not really.
Cool. I guess Shroud Riders could, but they are not here. So, red Pathfinders going on. They will scooch up into here. Then my Piranha will set off your cunning trap.
Yes. Goes off for 1.
Yeah, you take that 1 damage, Piranha.
So
I do like taking the damage on the light transports here because you're not losing miniatures from the table.
That's good.
Instead of taking it on the Pathfinders, because Ashley could just like basically burn down the Pathfinder squad to take both of these objectives, but we're not going to be doing it right now.
So yeah, I will spend that. Oh, does it trigger from both objectives if I move on to both of them?
Yes.
Each time an enemy ends. Wait. Yeah. Huh. Well, that's annoying.
Yeah, it doesn't say 1 or more. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
The same wording as objective secure.
For 3.
And where objective secure just says where you control an objective.
So
right.
If you're there.
Cool. Oh, sorry. My Strategic Conqueror. I forgot to place it down. I guess just roll for an objective at this point because I don't know. know which one it was going to be? Does that work with you?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then re-roll if it's 5 or 6. So 3. So it's
1.
This is Batrep Conqueror.
Oh, you rolled it. Okay. You're good.
Cool. So then I'm going to advance the green Pathfinders. They're going 10 as well. So that's going to get them up to here, except that these two at the back need to actually have sight to rangers. So
More reactive the rangers.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can do that. Sure.
For 5. I don't believe that gets me out though. Clock over to me. I do that. Sorry. No, not quite. Yeah, so 5.
There is something to be said
We'll just keep them stretched.
for maintaining control of the
Objectives, they can't
objectives
hide
for
enemies.
Lumain here, because the longer he does so, the more chances that there is. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna toe there. The longer he does so, the more chances there is just to trigger those mortal wounds on people. So, like at the current position, if there is a ends up being a requirement for Ashley to charge onto the objective, it could trigger an additional time if she doesn't end up shooting all the rangers to death. Storm Surge pushing forward. Oh, do we get a shot into the Warwalker?
Split shot profile.
Oh, brutal.
Then,
I do think that the Storm Surge does have the potential of dropping eventually. It could be relatively simple to underestimate the damage output of this Eldar list. If we already saw a Crisis Battlesuit go down on Ashley's own turn, and it could certainly be the case that that guy starts to take some damage here as the game goes on. I should mention as well, obviously, if you have been paying attention to the list, there is an Avatar of Cain sitting in Strategic Reserve for Lumain, which will be rapid ingressing in sometime in the future, I imagine.
He shouldn't, right?
It was just the little ribbons poking. Hang on, I'll just go into top down, and so it's like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, just had the ribbon across.
Thank you.
Riptide. We'll go to here. Riptide will go up to. I might as well chuck an advance out. Here. So Uriel moves 7. I guess I'll just nudge the Storm Surge back ever so slightly, so that is a mildly longer charge. So it's a 10-inch charge into that.
So that is a position where we could use the D6 sort of fire and fade move on Uriel's unit. If it does push forward, we could try to we could give it plus 2 inches of movement, so they go up to move 9. They move 9 inches. They shoot the Crisis Battlesuit unit to death. They clear them between Uriel's shooting, plus we have a bunch of blasters and anti-tank weapons in that unit. Clear the Crisis Battlesuit, then move D6 plus 1 additionally forward, then charge. So that could be a relatively simple charge for the unit, assuming that they don't get blown out by the RNG of the thing.
Pretty hard to shoot. You can get there. You're playing Eldar, but it will be annoying for you. I'll advance my. Wait, it was secure. Yeah, advance my Kroot. They're going 8.
There's 2 types of Modcom players: Kroot Rider Chads or Goated Piranha users.
Let's just try to have them.
I don't think that's true. I
Outside.
don't know the last time I've seen a Krootox Rider on the table outside of a actual Kroot build. I think they've just all been replaced by Piranhas at this point.
So then, stealth suits will swing around a smidge. And last Riptide will tuck an advance.
I'm interested in Ashley's decision not to
Go up to
reserve
here. And
the
I think
Twin Lance here.
It's probably worth it to just be really sure I kill these Corsairs. So
Piranhas are the meta. No idea why.
we'll get
Could it be that they cost 60 points and come with 2 Seekers and
while
shit?
making sure that
And a
it's
9-inch
spread
scout
out.
move and a D6 plus 4 damage fusion blaster?
Backfield.
That might be it.
You could drop something here. That's probably
Piranhas could like drop to T4. I think they would still see play probably.
All right, that's it.
I
for
say
movement.
probably, but like almost certainly.
So, shooting. Crisis suits, Marker-Light guide the Warwalker, Pathfinders guide themselves into Rangers, Pathfinders guide themselves into Void Reavers, Stealth suits guide into Sky Reavers. And that is going to be all of my targets guided into. So, I'll start off by just shooting the twins into your Sky Reavers in the middle. I am within 6, so this will get really funny really fast. Pistols will be
Oh my god.
11 AP1s.
Jesus.
I'll just pick them up.
Yep.
That was nope.
wait,
Those are
Rangers
crisis
don't
battles.
have guns, do
Yeah,
they?
there you go.
Rangers? Rangers do, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'll just be Pathfinders will be +1 AP into the Void Reavers if that's okay. It's start phase.
Sounds good. And we'll give them stealth.
Sure. So next up we'll go
Starfang ability coming in clutch there. Can
Pathfinders
fire
and
smoke
Rangers.
grenades onto an infantry
Okay,
unit that gets
also
targeted within 36 inches.
Give me Battle Shock
What a
on
cool unit, chat.
the Rangers and the Void Reavers.
Rangers, battle shocked, I think. Corsairs are chilling. The Rangers
it's
7 as well. Yeah. Rangers are battle shocked. Corsairs are good.
Okay, so Pathfinders into Rangers, no reason to overcharge these guns, so it's going to be 12 carbines on 4s and 3s. 3.
Kurtzak Shredders are technically more durable. Are they?
Then Ions will be a cool 5.
They have worse toughness, wounds, and save.
So cool. Then we'll do Pathfinders into Void Reavers.
Kurtzak Shredders are...
14.
Oh, if there's 2 of them, is what you're saying.
On 4s
Instead of 1. I see.
and 3s.
Yeah, I
6
agree.
AP1, no covers.
And these guys?
Yep.
We're going to start on the 4-up-in-long guy. They're all dead. Or 1, 2, 3, 4 are dead.
Kurtzak Shredders are not Lone Up. No, Lone Up is the Lone Spear. Kurtzak Riders are just the guy with the gun on the,
Two
on the
AP
back, the big
tubes.
auto cannon on the back.
So
They're just like incredibly efficient.
Okay.
Points per wound, essentially,
Storm
for a
Surge,
scouting
direct
unit.
fire into the
Much
Warwalker,
slower than Piranhas, though.
indirect. We'll try to chip Dark Reapers or Warp Spiders. I don't like Warp Spiders more, so we'll chip some Warp Spiders with the indirect. Big gun into the Warwalker on 3s with lethals, and then 3s. It's going to be 3 AP2 damage 4s, no cover.
where? Sorry? Here?
On the Warwalker.
5-ups. He's dead.
Neat. SMS into the Warp Spiders.
Whoa.
It's going to be 1 lethal.
Ashley's taking no
That's really
prisoners
zeros
here
and
right now,
fires.
chat. Holy crap. Nice utility you
And
had
then
there.
Burst will be 4 shots.
That said,
And then 4s.
I think there's going to be a bit of a
3, 4
comeuppance
AP0
happening
Warfighters.
for this Storm Surge, potentially.
3 more, you said?
Or there could be. I
Yikes,
guess.
brother. Jesus Christ.
Downside is that we're going to have to burn for no Overwatch
So I
on
have
Star
no
against the
charges I can
Starsight team in the
declare.
center of the battlefield.
I will get secure and tempting. Would you like to hold bring it down?
Ooh, yeah, the
sure.
secure just off of his crisis team in the center is great.
Sorry, with the Exarch, if you're gonna, you have to declare who you're putting them before you roll all the saves. You can't just roll and say, "Oh, it was only 1 fail. I'm going to put it on the Exarch."
I was fairly certain you could, but that's fine. I'll just kill one. Okay, over to me. Draw. Overwhelming.
Yeah,
Bring it down.
for flat damage, if you fast roll, there's no strict requirement that you pre-declare your assignment.
Oh,
For
okay.
random damage, you must have declared at the beginning.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That also changes like circuit to circuit because it's really ambiguous in the core rules. But
Yeah.
it isn't explicit that there's a requirement to pre-declare it.
All right.
That's
Good.
for fast dicing specifically, chat.
Yep,
The individual attack rules are very clear that you have to declare at the beginning, but fast dice rolling basically says
this is all
it has a hand wave that says if like the order
I
in
just
which
created
attacks
an
allocate
encouragement
matters, then
Yeah.
you should
Times.
pre-declare them. But that's sort of a meaningless sentence because in theory the order in which you assign damage literally always matters, and so
Correct form.
it's like kind of all over the place. It's basically a nothing burger. It's basically a cutout for like random damage stuff. But I know that some circuits do rule that differently.
That doesn't get there though.
How does that work with characters? So characters cannot be assigned damage until the unit's destroyed. So if their save characteristic is different, then you will have to roll them separately, of course. If you roll like fast roll saves that overkill the unit, but you still have an attached character with a different save characteristic, then you've done it wrong. In that case, the allocation order would matter. Like if the saving throw of the model you're taking the attacks on does change, then you must declare them individually. But if all of your saving throws are identical and it's against a flat damage weapon, then you can fast roll them.
Yeah, pretty sure we'll just know Overwatch the.
So like, let's say you have a unit and then you have a character with a 4+ invuln save. The
14.
You would have to roll attacks on the unit until the unit's dead, and then any additional excess attacks would go to the character. You can't pre-declare to the character, and you can't roll excess saves that would have gone to the character if the unit died. If that all makes sense. But if the character's a 4+ save and the unit's a 4+ save, then the allocation order doesn't make a difference, so you can roll them all together.
We'll be far enough to see them.
Honestly, I'm excited for 11th edition for them to if they do what they say they're going to do, which is a Games Workshop, who knows, for them to clean up that whole section, because it's a real mess, and it's been a mess for like 10 years. Unfortunately, the rules are just like, they're not designed in a way that is conducive to fast dice rolling, which like creates all of those issues like that.
3 CP. I think we'll risk it for the biscuit.
Okay.
With 5. Okay.
Well done.
Sick as hell. Still do the mortals there.
I guess before I put my foot in my mouth, I should double check that NTL doesn't have a ruling about the fast dice rolling stuff. Because this event is technically using NTL's FAQ, not my FAQ.
What happens? 2.
Down to 1.
They do not have an explicit rule on fast dice.
Take that. Not really. Still torn about what this guy wants to do. I mean, I guess we'll just +2 him.
Yeah, they don't have an FAQ on it.
All right.
JD is okay with taking out. Yeah, I think I've had a discussion with him in the past, and that's where we were at as well. So I believe that we're on the same page, he and I, on that. It's a bit of a weird one, though. I admit I don't really like it, but I think literally the rules as written alternative is that you always slow roll saves, which is obviously unacceptable.
That's probably it. Just try to do these 2 things.
Evil Cyborg Pup, thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
Search can come all the way over here. Let's see.
Control F does work, Nurgle Matt. Can confirm. Control F works. You have to click the download PDF button.
I don't think there's a world, but let me check.
Always slow roll saves is best. Get out of here with that. that is
Oh, there is actually.
that is dissension right there, Chad. I don't know if I like that.
Uh,
That's heretical
let's come
speech.
down right here, because the Storm Surge can't see him next turn.
Yep. Doesn't go through the wall. So it
Yeah.
doesn't
Oh,
matter.
yeah. Sure. Sounds good. And then I guess let me just make sure I am done with my movement before
I wonder if there's like a line where you shoot the avatar on the corner here by like putting the Storm Surge
Party.
here. No, I guess not. It looks like it's safe. But like, this is why this towering keyword is so wild here, chat. The Storm Surge can auto 6 advance, run, is move 10, move 8, so moves 14, run all the way to here, and then draw this line between these buildings. Wild.
Side.
Absolutely insane. Or it just runs over here and it starts to poke this way.
Like this.
Just a big spooky boy, that Storm Surge. The app is still broken. Regards to Defilers, they're still, what is it, like weapon skill 63? Send that to everyone who uses the app as like the be all end all of rules. And I mean, maybe they're pre-nerfing them. Defilers are actually only hit on 6s in melee, and that's how they're going to change how they're strong they are.
Screen.
Tell your opponent to roll individual shots in the repulsor execution. No, the problem is that they hand you 25 AP0 1 damage saves.
All these bubbles
And then you
to select.
and then they pass the clock to you and you have to slow roll the attacks. It's actually it's worse for you.
Yeah, I can definitely fit onto this.
You just clock them out doing
Get
that.
some points when they're being offered to me, I think.
People who slow roll saves for no reason is to be put in a dread. That's true. They do it for dramatic effect.
Well,
Sometimes you do have to slow roll saves. If it's random damage, you gotta slow roll.
you ROC2 on those.
Would still play 3 Defilers at current cost if it hit on 6s in melee. Yeah, that's the scary part about them.
You get all, yeah. So I need them all.
That's like you're just like, I guess the Electric Scourge doesn't exist anymore. But who cares? I saw one guy take that one time.
From there, still gets them up to at least.
It's still a good enough offensive profile in the
Good
shooting
enough.
phase. Just
Over
take
to you
it.
again.
Yeah, they're insane.
Sounds good.
Absolutely nutty profile, chat.
Where I start with Kane into the Piranha. Twos, I think. Dead Piranha.
Do I explode? Nope.
4 Hawks into the Pathfinders.
So he elected not to commit Uriel into the fight this turn. Hold him for next turn.
8.
Cool.
AP zeros.
In cover, so bang 3.
Sounds good. Shining Spears. All into these guys, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think their lances are different at shooting. So this guy is 933. These are 623. Yeah. So the 2 at 623, 3s and 3s. Nope. 3s and 3s. 1 AP 3, no cover.
Yep. There's
3
3.
damage. And then the Shuriken Cannon. 3s, 1 AP 1.
Cool. Fine.
Chilling. Shuriken Catapults. 5s, twin linked. 1 AP 1.
Yep. Fine.
Chilling. We'll go to Starfang and the Piranha.
Yep.
D3 shots. 1.
The battle of the light skirmish vehicles.
3s into 5s.
I like the Starfang's offensive profile, chat. I
Nothing.
think it's pretty
Thick
neat.
as hell. Morgan Raw, Exarch.
Not if it just doesn't do anything, though, I guess. I guess the Piranha being T7 is like really awkward for the Starfang.
Where does he want to go?
That is unfortunate. It is only string 6. But the Starfang does have Scout and is Unrathi keyworded, so it works with all of the
or the Pathfinders. And the one that
Synergies
go
inside
into
the detachment.
Yep.
6 plus 1 because they're down to 8. 7 4s. Jeez, 3s. 2 at the 4 up.
Taking that.
And for them, no. For the Piranha, no. And for the Storm Surge, no.
Amazing. Okay.
Like 6 in a
We're
row.
0 for
Jesus.
6, yeah.
I think
There
that's
you go.
charge face. I don't think I have any left that can see or shoot. Shining Spears into the Star Space.
So Bring It Down has been secured for
6.
Lumain. He does have overwhelming force, but
These
that's
are
not secured
C3 on
yet.
this one, right? Yeah.
We'll get 1
So,
off of it on the Crisis
doesn't really
Battlesuits.
matter.
Star Space Battlesuit drop in here is really, really smart. That's going to secure Ashley at least the 5-pointer on primary. Most likely 10. I think there is a universe if the Starfang tries to charge and contest the Piranha. There's a heroic intervention that happens
and then
here.
we'll go Starfang charging here.
Yep.
We'll see if we get it.
Makes it on a 5.
Looks like it will.
Depending on. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
I'll heroic with the Pathfinders.
There it is.
If I can get some
That's
points.
There's that cute heroic
That's
intervention.
nines,
We just
they
need
are
1
cute,
Pathfinder on the objectives to secure
Yeah.
control. We roll a big 9-inch charge. Let's go. What a time to be alive. And they're going to be able to apply their OC there. Not going to do any damage, and it does lock them in melee, but it does give Ashley, the big tenor.
Shining Spears. 6 attacks. 4 from the other one. 3s. Into 3s. Jesus. 4 or 5 ups. That's really bad.
Not too familiar with Eldar.
3.
Yeah, this is also sort of non-standard Eldar as well. So
What?
get ready to
Oh,
watch some
this
weird
guy killed-
chicanery happen.
Oh, so it's AP2. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's killed.
That's that.
I think it's cute. People think the crisis suits will die. I have bad news for you, chat. I have bad news. Look at that. That was a clean kill right there.
Not thinking straight 3.
The 1 Pathfinder needed to be.
You're good to fight.
Okay.
Oh, this guy around the back
Nothing.
corner. I don't know.
We've got
That could have been a model from the back of the
6
unit
Pathfinders.
with the other areas
Nothing.
split
old
off.
melee.
I don't know.
Sounds good. So only get 1 for the overwhelming, and then 4 for bring it down.
Yep.
Over to you. Bunch of primary.
Yeah. Get 10.
Yep.
Draw. Display of might. Recover assets.
Oh, great draws. Great draws for Ashley here.
You've got
Hot
1,
damn.
2, 3, 4. I'm going to beat
There's a
that.
potential rapid ingress that could happen
Just think too
to
hard
disrupt
about
the
that
display of
one.
might that Ashley has to work around, but she should be able to do that.
Guess I'll do it with a Riptide because I probably don't need them all to shoot. Okay. So movement.
So we'll try to I'll elucidate because it sounds like some people aren't that familiar with Eldar. I'll elucidate a little bit what's going on in the back line here for Lumain. A lot of what Eldar does in general is to try to trade with you with like their lighter utility units because they're basically going to out threat almost anything in the game.
To take first? No, I don't. Okay.
Big thing is the so we have the Shining Spears. Obviously, they're like sort of a charge shock mounted.
Put that on the chassis.
They sort of have done their job here. But to follow that up, we also have the Corsair Void Reavers. These guys are Prince Uriel, so they're going to hit relatively hard in melee. As utility unit as well, if Ashley doesn't kill them with indirect fire, we do have another Warp Spider unit in the back. These guys can move 24 inches with the chance that they might take mortal wounds upon making that movement. But it's basically just an extremely long normal move, which lets them shoot and perform actions after they do it. They just can't charge. Similar units in the back here. Malgan Ra is a Phoenix Lord. He provides like the AoE pulsed mortals to his unit. And the Dark Reapers here shoot pretty well in direct fire, but they also have 1 model with an indirect fire Tempest Launcher. So the combo is that you it hasn't been working this game because Lumain has been rolling abysmally on his mortal wounds, but the combo is that the unit can sit in the back in the early game and just drop indirect fire into utility units in the back, and then pulse that mortal wound out onto other targets in order to sort of ding down a lot of these units on their way in. And then once you get close enough, the unit can break cover and just like fire normally. They're also just hard enough to kill because they have a 3+ save that oftentimes they'll preserve Malgan Ra if they die. And after Eldar are shot at, they can pay one of their battle focus tokens, which Lumain is holding on to one of, to move in response to enemy shooting. So they'll likely only take one ranged attack to begin with. Looks like we are considering an auto 6 advance here for the crisis battle suits to push them forward and try to kill some of these units. We also have the Shroud Runners. These guys are they're stealth mounted units. They can apply an ignore cover buff to other units, but the big thing is that they themselves are going to get that rapid fire and +1 AP and ignore cover bonus. So they're actually a little bit of a hammer blow for this team, or for this army. We lost the Warwalker early, but the full combo is that you ping the Warwalker or you ping an enemy with the Warwalker attacks. You give it +1 to be wounded from Eldrad, because he has a bonus that can give all your ranged attacks +1 to wound, targeting a single enemy that he can see within 18 inches, I believe. And then the Shroud Runners can dump all of their attacks into it. They go up to 7 scatter laser attacks and 2 damage long rifle attacks, and that's between AP 2 and 3 ignore cover once you use the stratagem and get the effect of the Warwalker. Warwalker's dead though, so we're not going to get access to that ability here, unfortunately.
On the objective.
The Avatar of Cain in the back here is a sort of a late gamer, I guess. He hits incredibly hard at melee and is very difficult to kill. That's about all he does. He gives you a +1 to charge bonus as well, but generally speaking, he's just a big beat stick essentially. This is this aggressive position for Tau I think is going to work out for him pretty well though. We should continue to score out pretty well for Ashley, and the Tau indirect fire is really not what Eldar want to be seeing. They want to play into armies that are going to try to play a fair game against them that they can weaponize their threat range against. But currently, Tau are picking off enough models with the long threat range squads and their seeker missile attacks that, or smart missile system attacks, excuse me, that we aren't really able to. Eldar, have to take some passive damage over the course of the game while they're hiding, which is really not what they want to do because their defensive characteristics are so low.
No, I don't think so.
Downside of being a T3, largely 4+ save army.
The twins, if you go for that. Okay, so then guides we want.
Read the Far Cry showrunner article.
Shining spears, stealth.
There aren't really memorable characters in Far Cry, so I plan on adapting any of the existing storylines. That's wild, actually. Yeah.
And you've got.
That's an insane thing to say.
Sort of hawks still waiting.
Isn't the guy from Far Cry 3? The guy from Breaking Bad? I don't know any of the character names. I've never played a Far Cry game. But he's like one of the most iconic characters in all of like video games, right?
Screen out.
I don't even play Far Cry. I know about that guy. That's wild. What an insane thing to say.
I think we're not actually going to be spotting with these guys, but let's.
I do think to some extent there's like something to be said for like adapting, non-canonical storylines, like not necessarily doggedly adapting the video game itself, because I do think that there are, of course, big pitfalls with that, but obviously taking a
be screening out like that,
taking an existing property and just adapting literally none of it is like
spears, that'll advance the Kroot.
Is basically
on them.
Throwing it in the garbage is just like disrespectful for sure.
Should screen out. Yeah. You want
Nacho. Exactly. I think there was I think I watched like Pyro Cynical's like 7-hour video on that game or whatever, and he talked at length about that character and like he pulled from some like developer interviews and like behind the scenes stuff from that.
And they can recover.
I don't remember the actor's name, but they said the actor was like hugely transformative in like how that character was characterized, and
which
was like basically massively like a big part of the success of the game.
So it's going to be going up to here, I think. Okay, would you like to ingress?
No.
Okay. So we spot, as I mentioned.
No rapid ingress. Not a great place to drop it right now.
AP. There's no point putting on the Void Reavers because they have a 5
downside is we're gonna take a lot of casualties here on the main side. I don't want to sugarcoat things for you, chat. I have more respect for you than that. I had high hopes for this interesting Tau build, and it's early games yet, but fuck, man, they're gonna take so many casualties here.
6 AP1.
They're gonna lose most likely their swooping hawks, probably their warp spiders,
Alright, not bad.
and certainly like the Starfangs and potentially the Sky Reavers over here as well.
3 more involved.
And if all of that happens, like they're left with the core of like 3 or 4 bricks against literally an entire Tau army because they've killed 1 Piranha and a Starsight team. And I don't know if that math checks out very well.
Gun drone. 2 more AP1s. So you failed 3 saves. Oh yeah, that's correct. Cool.
The Tau diplomats chose violence.
And then the silly grade.
That's true.
One
This
more.
is battle around bottom of 2. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, there's still
Twins will shoot shiny.
there's still a full battle round of full Monka in the chamber. And the scary thing about Monka, chat, is you never want a Tau army to get to the point where they no longer need to advance and shoot when you get to battle round 4. So because like at that point I would say the biggest upside of Monka, which is the ability for the entire army to just be hyper fast, is irrelevant because everything can just move to the correct positions. And that's, I think, in a position where we're going to be. Next turn, the Storm Surge might be in a position to move and touch this terrain feature, right? On top or on bottom 4. If next turn the Storm Surge moves to here and doesn't get killed by something, like Pure Material could come out, who knows. But if the Storm Surge moves to here, it could move to here, and there's almost literally nowhere on the table that Tau can hide, or that the Eldar can hide, excuse me. And so that Storm Surge is just going to be able to lay down firepower or whatever it wants.
Twin linked.
Ashley's in a very dominating position here. I'm going to level with you, chat. I'm hoping Lumane's got some tricks up the sleeve, got some patented Eldar trickery, because this is a lot of fish people.
Oh, sorry, there should be one less die. I'll just try again.
I think that it is. It might be apocryphal,
AP 0 damage.
but I believe that there is lore on the books that the Eldar genetically engineered the Tau.
Okay.
And if that's the case, the Tau apparently did not take gaining sentience kindly, and they've come to return the favor.
Doesn't have an infalm, so I'll just.
Nope.
Do I even overcharge? No. So big gun first. Can I split? Yeah, I can.
The world will know of our peaceful ways by force.
Big gun into the Starfang. Reroll 1s. That's lethal.
Oh boy.
And then 3s, reroll 1s. That's going to be 5 AP 2 damage 3s. So, cool, we got him.
Does he explode, I guess?
Oh, my Descent into Madness for Halo Season 2, Hippie Hunter?
Missiles do nothing to the Invincible Shining Spear. Fair enough. And
I did like a lot of Halo
I will
Season
not
2.
overcharge, and if he lives, then I'll be very embarrassed. Big gun.
Follow the whole reach sequence was okay.
Strength 8 and 9, so that's 6
But-
bombs.
The end was like definitely just weird. I don't know.
Okay. Cool. We got there in the end. So then. So I didn't. This guy died to a gun drone, right?
Don't cope on that
You had
terrible
one
show.
left.
Literally,
Nope, I failed 4 saves. I failed 3, and then I failed 1 to the gun drum. But this guy had 2 health.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I'm just losing my mind. That's okay. Happens every now.
if you watch the first episode of
Why
Season
did the
2,
wolf spiders trying to clean them out?
the first episode of Season 2 is like actually peak.
That's okay.
It's so sick.
So I can
Sounds
indirect
good.
there.
The rest of Season 2,
Spiders 2 into the Corsairs.
Not
so.
great.
Spiders
But
without,
watch the first episode, and it's like pure Halo schlock. It's actually sick.
2 AP 1s on the wall.
There's also some really good fight scenes in like the Fall of Reach sequence.
They're good.
Fine, and then flamers into the Corsairs. Okay, 21 hits. And that will be 13 wounds on them.
Big raid from Gill of the North.
4 die.
Welcome in, everybody.
So, 4.
The Canadian Borg have come to assimilate
What are they getting AP from?
our...
Their data sheet roll. They have +1 AP if you're not a vehicle or a monster.
That is true. That's a start.
Fuck, okay. 6 die. That's That's the dumbest data sheet rule I've ever heard of. Why not just give them one AP?
Because tower weapons have to have crap data sheet stats and then get
Seven.
Like that we're both arguing that the rule's bad in different ways. Because they're the anti-infantry unit. But if you say infantry explicitly, you get into weird situations where random stuff doesn't get picked up by it, like beasts. So you just say non-monster, non-vehicle, so it's not good against big stuff, and it's only good against little stuff.
We'll just go.
Starside battlesuits, incredibly good. Very focused on one specific thing, which is killing T3 infantry. Unfortunate that we are in this particular position, but that is literally what the data sheet is meant to do. That's most of Prince Hero's unit dead, unfortunately, which means that he's going to have a tough time executing his full wombo combo.
But I do ignore cover.
His full push forward wombo combo.
Spiders will be.
I want to thank again for the raid, Gil from the north. Appreciate you. I have a pretty decent stockpile of poutine and maple syrup. If you guys will accept that in place of our technological and biological distinctiveness, since we in fact have none.
4, I get recover for 3, and it will be over to you.
Yeah, they are dominating. I think we do. I have this belief, chat, that the team. So this is the finals of a team event. By the way, we're streaming most of the games, and we won't be able to stream 100% of them. But we're streaming almost all of them, and most of them have been blowouts one way or another. And I think that I have. I'm definitely. I think I'm being vindicated in my belief that unfortunately Team 40K has very interesting matchup dynamics. But really, really awful actual games. Because the entire point of Team 40K is to destroy your opponent as utterly as possible. So you want to get all the points and give your opponent none of the points. That's kind of basically what we've watched in all of these games. Unfortunate. Yeah, 2 to 3 draws and a bunch of blowouts. Yeah, exactly. You're so true, Chef. You're so right. I do want to throw a shout out to everybody who's watching. I know this was a big team event, so I appreciate everybody who came and watched the entire thing. But we got a bunch of people in chat for these games, and I want to give a big thanks to that.
Yeah.
I always wanted to try 40K team games. Well, if you come hang out in the Discord, exclamation point Discord, we run team events periodically.
Because I misdeployed insanely hard because I practiced deploying on the wrong map for a week straight, so that's cool. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
I can get 2 because the secondary fucking bullhose. Assassination just
deploying on the wrong map.
Happening.
That's awk.
I mean, it has to be 7 as well, which is like really fucking gross.
This is layout 4. That was the layout I was told that was chosen for this one. So I don't know, chat. Best format of the game. All right, chat. Indeed. Wired Defiler's battle line. That's a great question. I definitely think that was an oversight on their datasheet. We've noticed a couple of errors on their datasheet in the app, and I think that might be one of them as well. We've noticed that their weapon skills messed up, some of their attack characteristics are wrong, and I think they also forgot to put battle line on them. I agree. I think that's for sure the case. What they should do is give them all of the necessary keywords, battle line and epic hero. They are epic and heroic enough. I think they deserve to have both.
Kind of. Doesn't matter. There's 2 riptides on the point.
New detachments aren't on the app. Yeah, I bet the app is like kind of a pain in the ass to update. PDFs are easy, but apps are hard. Which is why like we see changes and stuff in the PDFs much more quickly, and we see like bug fixes and things. Whereas the app requires you to go into like a database and stuff, and then you have to parse through and do a bunch of software hijinks, you know.
Okay. Well, plus 2 those Corsairs. I got 16.
Defiler has night damage output. The points cost of a land raider. Yeah.
14.
I mean,
Right.
I was saying that when they released the the data sheet, chat. I was like, it's a knight
Baiting out
with
four.
slightly reduced survivability,
See there. So yeah.
right? It's like 6.
The flames.
It's like 6 to ish
I will be
wounds
2
less
CP.
than most
Sorry,
knights.
You can't do that, actually. My bad.
But otherwise is
You're
the same.
correct.
And then they costed them at almost
I
half.
actually forgot I had that.
What a shocker that they're good.
Um,
Especially given the fact that they have almost as much shooting, or they have like basically as much shooting, and they also still retain melee. So unlike knights, which you have to choose between shooting or melee, they just do both. I don't know. I feel very vindicated that
he just
I think
has to stay back
what people
there.
assigned as an overreaction was very justified on the Defiler profile.
Twins will be able to overwatch
Can
that.
he stay back to both? No. So I think we'll move everything else.
Is it not just
first.
copying the detachment code and changing the text? I don't know.
Morgan Raw and
Speaking as someone who has only an extremely limited grasp of software development and programming, but I don't believe it's exactly the same. It's not like a spreadsheet that has all of the things in it. It's like a big it's a big like database of assets essentially. And so you have to go in and essentially ensure that the like the section is formatted, that it's in the correct directory, that it has like the correct
Good enough.
like code, like display code stuff, so that it appears, legible essentially. So in my understanding, there's a bunch of additional stuff you have to do.
Nope.
More so than just like copy and pasting the words over. But take that as someone who is largely a software development layman.
They go up here.
Not that I'm making a particular excuse. The app costs money, like a lot of money.
To go 26.
And Games Workshop is a phenomenally profitable company. So like they could pay a guy to do it. They just don't.
This way.
But the necessity to pay a guy to do it, I think, is where the hesitance comes from, which I think I understand. I mean, I wish the app had better support, but it is a perennial problem of Games Workshop and digital content.
And just gonna come over here.
I'm so ready for this avatar to slap super hard, chat. I'm ready for this avatar to get down and dirty. Bust it out and just start slapping fools with his big cool sword. Go get him, Avatar. I believe in you, buddy.
Looping hawks are really gonna walk out here. And mortal these fucking suits. So I think we will do that. 2 mortal.
Yep.
30 CP. That's all we need. They can see the Riptide. These guys go 7 this way.
If he's the Avatar, why isn't he blue? It's a great question, chat.
God.
He's from the Fire Clan.
4, so I'll go 11.
The Fire people, not the Mountain people or the Ocean people. That's why. So he's wearing all the red war paint, you know?
And I guess that's not worth it.
If it's a database, it's just adding and removing. Then it's just adding and removing the formatting can be hard coded. They can also do it on a series of text files that would appear super easy. Well, fair enough, chat. I don't know anything about that. But maybe it is super easy. All I know is that I couldn't do it. I'm too stupid.
That's all I can do. We'll do the Overwatch. Oh man. Where's the 9? This guy down here.
I'm hoping, folks, well, wish me luck with this great endeavor, but I'm hoping that I will be able to have a big new video out tomorrow. I've been working on it all day, very diligently, and
I think we'll start with
in theory,
Corsairs.
it should be out soon. It's a big one about the late 8th edition metagame, which has kind of an interesting time in 40k when people were moving to more digital play and the metagame began like iterating more quickly, and it like very quickly became it like basically stagnated immediately. It was interesting.
3 guys, 1 rapid fire, 3s, 3 rolling 1s, 5s, 2 AP 1s, no cover.
And everyone played Iron Hands. No. That was earlier in 8th edition.
Shoot everything in
That was like Space Marine Winter. I want to get Richard Siegler on, and we'll have a discussion about Space Marine Winter. I think that's my game plan. I talked to him about it at one point, and I think I want to try to lock it in.
Take some bursts.
4 damage. Okay. 3s, 5s.
Everyone played Iron Hands.
Yeah. Take 2.
1 damage piece. We'll go.
I don't think people played Hiveguard that much. Tyranids were not very widely played.
Shooting this.
The stuff that was truly good at the end of 8th edition was fucking insane.
Goes to
It was not what you would expect.
with Dev.
Yep.
Just 2 Dev.
Yep.
The other shots, 3s, Jesus fucking Christ. And then 2s with +1 wound. 2 involts. 6 damage.
Is this worth a... Do I think... No.
Exarch, 3 AP 1s.
Yep.
Aircraft were OP. Yeah, they were incredibly strong.
And now I roll for him.
Aircraft were permanently -1 to be hit.
Next one.
If you had hover mode, you could choose between hover and normal mode each turn.
Takes 2, I guess.
And
Storm Surge takes 2.
they were not pointed appropriately for the amount of utility you got.
Okay.
They also tended to be really difficult to kill for kind of no reason. The case in point being the
do what? Will shoot his mind warrior.
The Adeptus Mechanicus aircraft, which were T7, which was like the equivalent of like T9 nowadays, or even 10. They were T7 and -1 damage, and could stack up to -2 to be hit, which did stack.
So Shadowrunners will shoot everything.
It was crazy.
One ranger long.
And that was an edition where things fucking died immediately.
1 into the suits, hits, doesn't wound, they have no cover.
Infuriating at the first 2 RTTs you placed that weren't submitted. Yeah, ITC submission's kind of a whole thing. They might have been submitted and then just not accepted, because ITC ticket acceptance is a manual process. I have a sneaking suspicion that a lot of TOs don't know how to submit tickets either.
Oh
my god, he just dies. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Cool. Dope as hell, I guess. I mean, yeah.
All right.
Opens up this Riptide to taking those shots.
Well,
it's just.
I think it's just these 2 guys, though. I guess this one can also see.
We knock a Riptide there?
That
was a true outcast ambush.
Sounds good. Needs out of range anyways. We'll do Blaster and Fusion here, and then Shuriken Pistol. Actually, let me see how some other things go. Uriel's gonna shoot everything into the star sights.
Yep.
2 blasters, 2's re-rolling with sustains, and then 3's. 1 AP4 no cover, just goes straight through.
Yep.
4 or 5 damage, so that 3 guy dies. Wraith Cannon. Rerolling.
So I think, is this where we get the D6 plus 1 move, chat? We got to get the
straight
second hit through.
He's dead.
Okay.
Yep, here it is. The D6 plus 1 inch move after killing a unit.
We get to go 3. That is
Only rolled a 2, not ideal.
so disgusting. Okay. That's really bad. I was hoping for anything higher than that.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get us in range of the Storm Surge. We could push for the Riptide, but there's a danger of an intervention off of the Twin Lance.
The twins as well.
I'd said 9. So we'll at least go for the 8, I guess.
I mean, twins will give you -1, so it will be a 9.
Yeah, better than a 10, I guess. I mean, this.
We could move out of
this unit's
range,
just
though.
fucking dead now because of that. That's really sad. But is what it is. Into this Riptide.
It's not hard to move that guy out. I guess we're not doing it.
1,000 hits.
Fair enough, I guess. So the Twin Lance for posterity chooses a non-monster vehicle enemy unit within 12 inches. That gives it -1 to charge. They basically do like a force wave into them with their shield generators. It forces a battle shock check, and then it gives it -1 to charge. But it's only a range 12.
Yeah.
So you could just like peel the Corsairs out of range of the Twin Lance effect. You just had to move one guy over.
Keep it like that, I guess.
They are in main range for
Charge
-1
phase.
currently.
Wow, what a fucking horrible turn of secondaries as well.
It's part of the favorite
Kanan
aerials
and
you
the Pathfinders, yeah. Kanan and the Pathfinders.
Yep.
Should have fucking rolled that for Uriel.
Battle
Uriel into sorry, on Uriel squad.
Yep.
He's good.
So they don't fail the battle shock check. Might go for the 8-inch charge into the Riptide battlesuit. Yeah, I bet we could either have made this. We could make this an 80 to Ray, probably. Maybe even a 7 into the battlesuit if we went directly.
8, I guess.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Pay speed reroll it.
Hey! They hit the charge! Let's go!
Yes, you're true.
Let's go!
Not quite based. Go, boop. Boop. Boop.
It could also just be late, chat. I don't know where the time zones are, but over here it is 12:30 a.m.
Yeah.
So if he's playing anywhere in the continental U.S., it could be anywhere from.
Then I guess.
Do you want to be within heroic range?
Vex. You can't.
Oh, right, of course.
Hey, nice.
Um,
Oh, that's true. Actually, only down to 1 command point. It could be anywhere from
the end of charge phase.
11:30 to, or like 10 to 11:30. Complex Messiah, 5 in the morning over there. Hell yeah.
We'll pay our last CP for 1 rerolls, I guess.
Well, I appreciate you coming and hanging out in the
2
wee hours.
Rerolling with sustained. 4 is because of Lance. Rerolling 1s.
What is sustained?
Uriel. Uriel gives the squad +1 to hit and sustained. 5 invulns.
Yep.
Oh my god, chat! The salt in the wound! The Riptide just blanks the Uriel's big cool spear. He's like, check it out, guys.
2 2-ups.
I found a 3 damage weapon in Eldar.
Yikes.
And the Riptide goes, nah, bro.
Arcane,
I will take 3, my good man.
Yep.
2s.
Oh boy.
Into 7 APG.
Remove Riptide invulns in melee.
They actually.
That would be sick, actually. I'd be so in.
Tried.
Bro, I play demons. I'd be all in.
They did.
Well,
I guess that's true, Chad, actually. Like, there's Stargates and
Riptide will punch
Executioners
you.
and stuff. It's not entirely fair to say that Eldar don't have that many.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. We can do that.
But high strength.
Sorry.
That's what he's got.
I do still make it at least.
Riptide puts 2 saves on your Void Ravers, whatever it's worth.
Sounds good.
Hang on. If that guy was on top of here, he doesn't get the card because you were actually on top of
Sure,
that.
you have to pay for going down and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, these vertical terrain features just messing with everybody this this event.
I have coherence against guy of the crate.
Can he not go down 2 and over 1?
He can, but then he won't be in coherency.
Oh, yeah, true.
Oh, vertical terrain features, chat.
Cool.
3 with swords, 1 without.
No one's prepared. No one's prepared for the chicanery.
3s. 3. 2 AP2s.
Yeah.
Hippie Hunter with
3s.
the ping. What's up? Thank you for the biddies.
Yeah. Put them on the Chasme. He's dead. Okay, so I guess I'll punch you back there 3 times.
Yeah.
1 hit, 1 AP0.
1 dice.
I don't get it, chat. Hippie Hunter, I don't get it. I don't understand the
So
joke.
I will need to auto pass there to get points. So okay, yep. You get engaged for 2. I will do my auto pass and get a 10.
Yep.
Draw, establish, and behind. Deployment zones. I am
Establish
going to
and behind.
those.
Actually, out of things in reserve. Oh, she has a Warshaper in reserve, actually, for Focus Fire.
If I've got a 6,
Interesting.
I roll a 6 on the advance.
Ignore mods and cover should be a core strat. Dude, could you imagine? Just the best strat in the game. I guess like command reroll and grenade are in the core strats, so
Can do locus.
I would be sad, I think, if ignore modifiers was just like a core effect.
Might just have to ditch that for a CP. Alright, we'll start by rolling the Piranha's advance. Okay, we don't get a 6, so I don't have to worry too much about that. So, 16 inches.
Smoke is a good thing.
Just
Try playing any of the factions that have literally no access to it.
here.
Which is checks notes every faction I play.
Eldrad.
Then it feels really bad.
So
I think if the core stratagems were truly core stratagems, I would feel better about it. But the fact that they're like so keyword limited as well.
Over here, we'll fall back.
Yeah, core just means for Imperium. So true.
To there.
So true.
Pathfinders will step off and inch the wall. Storm Surge already sees them, so it will just stand still for heavy. Are the twins doing a locus? That is the saddest thing I've ever done with the twins, but they might be doing that. This Riptide falls back to here. Do some mortals to me. Down to 9. Where is the middle? Okay. So Riptide can't. Storm Surge is shooting.
I think we'll move your Aerial squad from that.
Oh, you can do that, yeah. What about that?
I'll go 5.
Okay.
Question, this one's a locus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'm not really gonna change anything. I'll just go here.
Okay. Twins will advance. Yeah, we're not going to do locus.
Yeah, so the Void Reavers are OC2, so they'll retain control of that for a little bit here.
So she goes there and he goes there. So Relokai can see Morgan Ra. Stealth suits guide through there. Stealth suits, guess just guide into Aerial's boys. I'll advance them. The teal stealth suits. They go 10. That's the Kroot. They're going 9. And these stealth suits will walk up. I suppose I'll roll an advance on them too. Why not? 4 more inches. So. Alright. So they guide into the Shroud Runners. These ones just guide into Aerial. Then
Yeah, Eldar haven't been high performant since the new stuff came out, so it hasn't been. I don't think there's been a real opportunity for them to showcase the new stuff.
A few unguided.
I want to say I had one Corsair list that had a Starfang, but I don't remember off the top of my head now.
Twins. I'm just gonna swing him around so that he can see Morgan Rot too. Actually, where is the line for that? So the edge of view. Okay, I can be on the objective and also see you from my gun, so that's fine. So twins kill that. Riptide kills that. Storm Surge kills this stuff. Piranha. Storm Surge can also shoot Eldrad. Piranha doesn't have much to do. You probably have Hawks alive. Okay, I can live with that. Alright, so yeah. Guide, and guide with the Piranha into the Reapers. So we'll start off by having my Riptide shoot into Aerial. I will overcharge and Dev Wounds this. I guess actually, hang on, no. I will start off by having Stealth Suits shoot Aerial squad.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 12 burst cannons.
Yeah.
I guess you do get to. Wait, you still have. Oh, you have no battle focus tokens. Right.
I can surge, but he can just shoot into combat, so it's not like it does anything.
Yeah, cool. So it's going to be 4 AP zeros.
Shooting in the combat's pretty good. Can confirm, chat.
Wow, they all 3 die. Nice.
Okay, and then the fusion will be 1 inbound on the Aerial.
Sure. He passes.
Okay, so then the other squad with 2 fusions into him. 1 hit.
My
one
co-commentator's here, chat. What do you think she has to say about the matchup?
Sorry?
I was just thinking if I did want to surge, but.
Oh.
I mean, this game is fucking over anyways, so sure.
Okay.
D6 plus 1 doesn't really matter. Just gonna get here.
I will not do this shooting then. So yeah, just Riptide down into him. Yeah, I'll overcharge him Dev Wounds. Big gun.
Sounds good.
5 involves.
Brutal, chat.
And he's
Very confident. Inky, what do you think about Lyndon B.
Fine.
Johnson?
We'll mark it.
Oh, she sat down. I don't know what that means.
Twins shoot into the Dark Reapers. I will. Does overcharging help? It does into Morgan Ra, but not into the regulars. So I will not overcharge them. 4 shots from the Ion. 3 inbounds.
It failed too, I think. Sorry, what was this from? And into what?
Twins into Dark Reapers. That's so 2 damage failed.
Yeah.
The 6 shotguns will be 2 shots. 1 sustained lethal. 2 AP 0 damage ones.
Good.
And then the fusion will be 3 involves. Then Storm Surge. Oh, I guess actually we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots from Kroot into these Corsairs. 4s and 3s. 3 AP zeros, you do get cover.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Riptide over here. We'll wait. So Storm Surge. Damage 4 gun into the Shroud Runners. Big missile into Eldrad. damage the 4d6 into, I guess, the last two Sky Reavers. And then the indirect will have smart missiles into this hawk and airburst into these hawks. So I'm just going to put every gun in a different direction to be as an open. Okay, so it's
Fire
damage 4
everywhere,
to Shroudrunners
boys.
first.
Yeah, the Storm Surge having access to
That's going to be 6 inbounds, damage 4.
all of its like additional cluster missile launchers and things is actually kind of wild.
Yeah,
He
so,
ignores hit mods too.
yes.
Okay.
So
Indeed, chat.
I
Just
would
pray and
add,
spray.
yeah.
I mean, like
Missile into Eldred.
the head cannon's pretty neat, right?
Wounds.
Like he just strides in and he's got guns and missiles going everywhere.
Oh, he fails.
Yeah, that'll do 3 damage. Yeah, that's probably fine. I don't think I care. 4d6 into
Just
the
a
last
walking
two
set of
over
missile
here.
pods, basically.
Will be 14. Not bad with
Oh,
the
weapons, no
threes,
self-control,
but we've got
yeah.
lethal still.
Sir, target sighted east.
It's going to be
Acknowledge
8
removing
zeros with
east.
cover. I guess only one of them has cover, so
No done.
cool. Into the one swooping hawk over on this side. That's just 2 lethals on him.
He's dead.
Okay, and then airburst into the other swooping hawks up the top. 6 shots there. Twin linked on this. 3 AP zeros on the hawks in no deployment zone with cover.
Okay.
Okay. Piranha will I guess this Riptide will shoot Morgan Ra with big gun, dev wounds, but I won't overcharge. Missiles. Can I see Eldrad? Yeah, that line does exist. Missiles into Eldrad. So big gun and plasma into here. Oh no, plasma into the swooping hawks. Okay, more splits. Plasma here, missiles here, big gun here. So big gun into Morgan Ra first. That's a bunch of lethals. So 5 invulns on the Morgan Ra squad. So
Next
then
one.
3 on him. Okay, missiles into Eldrad on 5s, but with lethals. He's toughness 4, so 2 invulns on Eldrad.
Oh.
2 each.
Elder just vaporizes, bro.
Misses, they're not guided. So then I'll just have the Piranha shoot everything into Seekers.
Oof, chats.
Hit, 1
Yikes.
invuln.
Fails.
Okay, that'll kill him.
RoboShark with the
Is it you,
storm that
Mike?
is approaching.
I'm not
Did
sure.
you just get a Discord notification?
Yeah, it is. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
I keep looking at my Discord thinking I'm getting notifications.
No,
Who the
that's
fuck is messaging me? There you go.
okay. So that is everybody shot. And I didn't get either secondary. Which one's more likely to score next turn? I can definitely get a behind if I want to.
What a classic.
Thing. So I'll pitch establish, gain a CP, and then it'll be over to you.
Sure. I'll keep assassinate, I guess. Draw another one.
Oh crap!
Here.
My Warshaper had to come in that turn. Right, if I just put him at the back somewhere.
Yeah, you're fine.
In the sky. He just like I don't know.
You're good.
Here.
Yeah.
It's probably in the corner of my heart. That makes more sense.
Okay. We'll plus 2 them. Go up there.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It actually ends up hurting Ashley, I think, a little bit there because the requested take back because they're
Battle shock on the one shot.
we could potentially lose the Warshaper for the assassination. Secure no man's land is the other draw, which is probably a small pickup for Tau here. Goal is, because Ashley's staring down the barrel of probably maxed primary, if I had to hazard a guess.
Me with a 5-inch with a minus. What's the range on that thing?
It doesn't work on monsters.
No.
But it's 12 inches.
12 plus 2.
The surprising fact that very few Tau players actually know, which is probably shocking to me. But in any case,
they have to hold this.
Ashley's probably looking at 25 more points on primary, so she probably goes to 72 plus. She's holding behind enemy lines, got no other scores that turn, but probably an average of like 16-ish or 15 secondary, somewhere in there. So she's probably looking at an 87 total score, if I had to hazard a guess. Which means, in order to not get blown out at a 20, Nightlier has to score to 38, probably. So he only has to get 10 more points between the assassination, which is not unlikely to get a 5er, secure, which is 2, and then he has to find 3 more points next turn, and I think he holds it to a 19-1 instead of a 20-0. Only. You played the Twin Lance wrong?
Advance to do anything.
That's actually wild, chat. I don't understand how no Tau player read that clause of the ability. But I think every single Tau player I played against has tried to use it on a monster. I believe that literally every single one I played against has done that. Which is like wild. Because that ability is so much stronger if it works on non-infantry units.
I'll adjust them.
You gotta push in here, try to clear out the Pathfinders, and then out OC the Riptide. That would be a big pickup. Hopefully drop Ashley down to a 5er. If
sounds good.
The Avatar can clear out the Riptide. I think the Avatar just takes the objective. He's OC5, yeah. All right. Well, that reduces the differential quite a bit there. And he does it.
11
Fair enough.
The Riptide. I think it's just the Riptide.
Oh,
you killed a unit? I'll spend a CP to get full hit rerolls on you, and then I'll overwatch. Yeah, because it has to be sequenced otherwise. Yeah, and then I'll overwatch with that.
Wouldn't that not work, technically? Sorry. Wouldn't it be my mortals and your Overwatch technically happen at the exact same time? And then you can get full rerolls after they resolve?
Things don't happen simultaneously, but I think that Trevi, I need help. How does the sequencing here work?
So the grenade pack and the Overwatch have the same timing, I believe. So you would both decide on those, and then active player would sequence them.
So
if the grenade pack was chosen to sequence first and killed a unit, then you could use the other stratagem and affect the Overwatch with it, or the Overwatch could happen first.
Sounds good. And the way that stratagem is worded isn't that I have to kill them with an attack?
It hasn't come up in a while. I'm pretty sure it's
yeah, I believe it's just when you destroy a unit.
Put on my time for this, by the way.
Yeah, just
I'll be tabled next turn. Probably.
It's just one Tau Empire unit that was just destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you kill them with like a stratagem, so like a regular grenade,
okay.
It wouldn't work. But if you do it with an ability, then it's that unit killing them.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just pop everything on there.
Yeah. Nothing I can do.
I guess hang on. Overcharge does nothing at all. So just dev wounds though. So large gun. Reroll hits. 2 invulns. Is it even worth a CP reroll? What else am I doing with my CP? Yeah, no, it's not. Okay, carry on. Just 2. Missiles. Nothing. And plasma. Oh, close, but no cigar. Only 1 dead. Back to you.
Alright. We'll get the denial at least.
Yeah, so the correct sequence there, chat, done a little bit wrong, but I don't know if it's going to change the game state massively. Is that the swooping hawks end their movement and declare they are going to use grenade pack flyover. At the same time, the other player declares that they're going to use Overwatch because there's simultaneous effects. The active player chooses the order in which they resolve. If the grenade pack is chosen to resolve first and destroys a unit, in response to that unit being destroyed, you can use pinpoint counteroffensive. Then, if the Overwatch occurs, it would get the effect of pinpoint counteroffensive. However, it's up to the active player to determine whether or not that's the order in which things are sequenced.
Good enough. Cheating pays, I guess. Is this
I believe that's
Oh,
the
cool.
case. Unless
Like a jump.
Oh yeah,
Overwatch has a just after clause.
they're chilling. Kane will shoot into Twinlets.
Okay.
Hits. Wounds. 1 in 1.
Fine.
Fine. Corsairs. They'll shoot.
No, it's both ends normal move. Yeah.
Blaster into the Piranha, I guess.
Yeah. So they are simultaneous effects. If Overwatch said it came into play just after you ended a normal move, then it would see the Overwatch would automatically sequence first, but it doesn't have consistency.
Yeah.
Actually, first we'll do the 2 Warp Spiders into the Warshaper.
Sure.
5 shots.
Stand
5. Sick. Yeah, then we'll do the Shroud Runner shooting Crude Carnivores. We'll just risk it for the biscuit and pay the CP.
They're stealth, so -1.
I should have planned that better. Okay. We're not going to pay the CP then. Just 6 shots.
Give up on rules. Yeah. I think we definitely are in a position where the rules are too bloated at this stage. We had that discussion about like just after occurring before. Occurring before.
What's he looking like?
When, which is like, I think an indicative of the fact that the rules might just be fucked. Just nuke it all and start from scratch. Why does the thing that happens after go before the thing that happens when? That's stupid.
They pass.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the twins into the Avatar.
Sounds good.
Hang out in the rules channel. I have the rules channel muted. I don't go there anymore. It is infuriating and I don't like it.
We'll charge the Riptide with the Corsairs.
Yep. Are there -1s that will fail?
Yeah. He definitely should have come over here to give them +1. Oh well, we'll CP reroll that. 6 passes. Down to 5. Okay. We'll go with Kane first, and this guy will actually just back up a little bit.
Sure.
He'll fight into Riptide.
Yep.
2s to 3s. Oh my fucking god. 2 invulns.
Make one of them.
It literally can't die. 4 damage.
Yep.
I don't think I have the mental fortitude to continue this game, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I don't know, just completely practicing on the entire wrong map just ruined like my entire deployment.
So,
then
those guys
Kind
want
of fucked me
to.
up.
That does seem like it would be problematic.
You
You'll
can
get-
just score out whatever you want. You get your 10 on primary. You'll get a 15 at the end if it maxes at 15.
Summon when you can't reach
That's
reach
already
a
basically
consensus.
it.
Yeah, and then I get it wrong. That's what I don't like about it. I don't like that it's you only summon me for things that I don't know.
Another 20. That's really fucking tilting.
Yeah, so I just get Sabo with the twins and behind scores, and yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll put.
And Ashley nudges in the 20-0 for the team.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
It is.
That is 40K for you, chat. That's team 40K, especially for sure.
Didn't practice on the right map for like a week and a half. Didn't know it was going to be streamed. Also didn't know clocks were required. All of that kind of just threw me off from the start. So, yeah, I don't know.
Surprise.
But you were a great opponent. Thank you for the game.
And your team's still looking pretty good, so we'll see how that goes, I guess.
Not the strongest players left. Except one of them.
Brutal.
Fair enough. Okay.
Everybody yell at me for that. You have a good night.
You say which one?
GG.
So,
Now I get to let them decide. Over that. You have a good night.
Oh man.
You too.
All right. Well, there you go, chat. Thanks for playing, you two. Oh, he left. Well, there you go. Congratulations on the 20. Snuck it in there.
Just barely. Yeah.
Just barely.
All right. Well, that was a game.
There you go. One of the games of all time, for sure.
Hope the crowd enjoyed.
Indeed. Yep. We had a good time. We always have a good time over here.
Excellent. Well, see you later.
Have a good one. Well, there you go, chat. Yeah. Interesting stuff for this one. Yarick can't attach with a command squad. I haven't looked it up, chat. I don't know how it works. No, I don't. Did I say that he can't attach? Or did I say I don't know how the bodyguard keyword works if you have two characters dual attached to two different units? I have no idea. Yeah, it's there you go. I think generally speaking, Tau is a little tough for Eldar. They do have like such a volume of units that are all very good against Eldar profiles that it can be kind of difficult, I think, at the best of times. There's definitely a bit of an X factor with this Eldar Corsairs list, which is pretty cool. But on the flip side, there is also, of course, the downside that you have to deal with just mass amounts of like indirect fire and things. So just like the raw numbers of Tau are very good, I think, especially into something like Eldar that they want to play like a much fairer game than Tau wants to give them the opportunity to do, which is unfortunate. And it doesn't sound like, being unfortunately unprepared for the game. Obviously, it doesn't help too much. Chat got angry at me when I thought they couldn't attach together. I don't know all this stuff. Did the indirect do all that much? Yeah, it clipped all the like warp spiders down. So I think one warp spider unit got there with two models eventually. Like this one got fucked up, this one got fucked up, and then got killed by like random gunshots. So the smart missiles and the air bursting killed probably 5 or 6 warp spiders, and I think probably some smattering of other infantry over the course of the game. Yeah, it looks unfortunate. Womp womp. Oh, when I thought they couldn't dual attach. I know what you're talking about, chat. Yeah. That is fair. Although, in fairness, I think I will defend myself that I think Astra Militarum is if you are not hyper enfranchised in the army, and it's an army I've played like all of 6 times, that army is incomprehensible from like a mechanical standpoint. It's there's so much minutia between like the fact that every other dual attachment ability, right? Every other one says that this character can dual attach with another character, right? They specifically name out character keywords. But Astra Militarum, by itself, the only faction that does this, to my knowledge, lists it on the bodyguard unit, the other way around. And that's wild. So I don't know, chat. It's a whole thing. Not to mention the fact that like you have to know every single unit keyword to understand how the faction works. It is, in my opinion, too complex of a faction for very little mechanical benefit. Just the fact that everything is as weirdly specific as it is super tough. Orc boys do. Orc boy. I guess that's true. Is there any other one? I don't think so. Boys are also a single unit. Because Beast Snagas don't do that, right? No. It's literally like only Orc boys. So it's much easier to parse that orcs can do it with their one thing. But like Gene Stealers don't have that or anything, right? Like it's like neophytes. No. Who else would have it? I don't think anyone else has it. So I don't know, chat. I think I'm okay having a rules blind spot for the most complex, like most unnecessary complex faction of the game. Yeah. Anyway, folks, that's going to be it for me today. We'll go raiding. Nice quick game for our late night 40K. It is 1 a.m. I would like to finish some additional work before I go to the gym. So we will raid Bandicoot Milk. We raided them earlier. But they're the only other streamer live playing 40K that speaks English. So we're going to go there. The V got deeper. It's the same shirt, chat. The shirt hasn't changed. It's not even a deep V. It's a regular V. It's deepest V after the workout. But that might be true. I don't know. I just stretched them out a little bit. I went last night. I had a phenomenal workout. It was good. It gets deeper. All right, chat. Whatever you say. You just got to keep watching to find how deep it goes. What if I was like a psyop? What if it actually got deeper? My shirts just meaningfully got deformed as I kept going. Like I kept replacing them with slightly different shirts. You're giving me ideas, chat. Are we something Marvel Crisis Protocol? I think we are. Interesting. All right, here's the raid. Goodbye, everyone. I'll see you later.